back now with Amy's favorite part of the day. This is when we talk about all the babies, as she said that you've already talked about. We haven't talked about all the babies. 3 times, she said. Three times I've talked about them. Anyway, I like to keep them all on one list so everybody can scroll through and see how everybody's doing. Ale Sun through Zeb Sunshine, just to let everybody know what's going on and how the horses are and what we expect from them in the coming weeks. Ale Sun, we talked in depth 3 times about Ale Sun and how we're probably headed to the Buckeye and why we're headed to the Buckeye. I'm looking consolation and Buckeye with this filly. I think she's got some real money to make. I would love to see her do that. We will see how that works out over the coming weeks. Antero's back in training now. He's quite a ways away from the races, but nice to see him making it back. His leg looks great. Arctic Force, a little pinchy on that left hind. We're going to race him Tuesday. I talked to the vet about that left hind. She said she thinks it's roughness on the sesamoid and the ankle. Just got to cool down. I'm going to take him over to the spa Monday and Tuesday. See if we can keep that nice and cold for Georgian Downs on Tuesday night. Beach Boutique, she's going to school for the last time on Tuesday and then go to the qualifiers the week after. But Beach Boutique will school this week. Beach Bum BB is hopefully going to be entered in the condition claimer this week. I assume she is. And back to her, she's been doing really well. Back to her winning ways, I guess. She won at least once, Marca 158, and Beach Bum BB. Probably find it a lot easier in that condition claiming rank. Ben Dover, we talked about Ben. He's going to race Tuesday at what's the name of that fair? Urbana Fair. Well, it's not a fair, though. It's the Grassroots is at Urbana. So Ben Dover got a lot of work to do by the 28th and 29th. Old Ben. Bottle of Red, she's out in the field playing now. And a lot of people might say, why is Bottle of Red okay and Ben Dover's not? Well, Bottle of Red's a well-bred filly that had some lines in her knees, and that's what caused her to run in bad, probably make those breaks in New York. We're going to let those lines fill in and bring her back later in the fall. I think you're going to see why. She'll answer that question for everybody, I think, in the fall. She's a good-looking filly, and I suspect she'll do well this fall. Brush Cut, he's getting back, getting real close. I know Kevin was going to train him with a bike. Haven't talked to me on how he did. I suspect good, or I would have heard from him. Cabernet's back training. She looks like $1 million, looks great. Canadian Titan, one of the horses rocketing towards the top of the barn here over the last month. Got a first and second in the Grassroots and looked really impressive doing it. Just huge gains from this filly from this spring, the qualifying day to today. Huge gains from Canadian Titan. Really impressed with her. Capistrano's been on a tear, undefeated in her life. Her next start, though, is going to be a real test for her. I think she's going to the Gold August 14th at Mohawk. Cheatin' Dixie's heading to the sale. We talked about her. Classic Cons back training. Mario's really impressed with how he looks. I am also. Crazy Mission. I skipped the horse. Compass Rose DC. Nice horse to skip. 50,000 made. Compass Rose DC has been racing great. 2 wins in a second. $51,000 banked or $50,500 banked this year already. Still lots of racing left for old Rosie. Crazy Mission, he's heading to the sale. I'd like to see him do good on Tuesday, and then we'll see what takes place after that. Don't believe me, just watch. Looking for a schooler or a race from him this week, maybe next week. Kevin had said he wanted to race him on the 15th. We'll see how that plays out. Doesn't want to race him too hard. He's just got the Grassroots and the Grassroots finals. We want to have this horse sharp all the way through the fall, and I think Kevin is well on his way to doing that. Emerald Mist, she's turned out right now for obvious reasons. I think we're going to see the best form of her possibly when she comes back at 3. Where are we at? Enduring Strength is going to race on Tuesday. I really want to talk to Mario and ask him how he schooled, but I suspect good, or he would have said something to me. Enduring Strength is going Tuesday evening. Excellent Nation starts back in about 3 weeks' time, maybe 2 weeks' time. By all accounts, he looks great. Fox Valley Shazam is doing her work rather well right now. Happy with her the other day. No point beating the drum on this. She'll race next Saturday in Sarnia. Forged in Fire is going out to the field. I keep saying that every week. He's going out this week. He's going out. I forgot he was a stud. I almost turned him out with those 2 fillies. He might have had 4 brood mares next year. So, Forged in Fire, he needs to go to Tommy's farm, not Sean's farm. He'll be going there this week. Just didn't have a ride for him. Tommy was full, trailer was full, our truck to Kawartha and Georgian is full. Just couldn't get him there. We'll get him there this week. Frontier Cruise raced awesome the other night. First and third with him in his last 2. Jason Ryan had some really nice things to say about him. So he may be well on his way to climbing out of that sale ditch that he's in. Giddy Up Max is in tonight. I want to see what he can do. I know what he can do. I want to see how he does it. I suspect he'll do very, very well tonight. Globe Trotting solidified herself the other day as the best filly in Ohio. Maybe the best 2-year-old trotter in Ohio after looking at the Colts go. Some kind of nice filly right here. And I can't say enough nice things about her. Just the total package is what she is. Very, very nice filly. Harness AM sprung a little bit of a leak the other day, bled a little bit. We're going to put her on Lasix for her next start, whether that be in Lexington or Pennsylvania. That will be up to John and I to figure out. John's got a good handle on it. He said, let's watch Thursday. The Kentucky fillies go Thursday, then we'll decide where we're going with her. Havana Unana races tomorrow night at Northfield Park. I'd love to see her win, and I'd love to see her make her way back to Indiana, and I'd love to see her kick some butt this time, because this is a filly I thought was a tremendously nice filly and had 2 poor showings in Indiana when she went down. Let's see what we can do with her, get her back on track, hopefully, and get her back down to Indiana in the very near future. Hometown Boy snuck his way back into one more race before getting castrated. Actually got a good class for him on Tuesday. Where's he racing? Omaha? On Tuesday, Hometown Boys will race. I'll Play It Alone. He's going to skip next Saturday's Stallion Series. Just don't have him under control yet. I can't emphasize how important this is. And people can say, well, why didn't we do it before? We've been trying. We've been trying since day one to get this colt to behave. Go back and look at his training videos. Very stubborn colt, but very fast colt. We don't want that speed to turn into fast slob speed. We want to turn this horse into a racehorse. It's a very difficult thing to do. I'm going to continue to work on it. He's going to school again on Tuesday. You may say, hey, didn't he school on Friday? You'd be correct. But if he wants to be stubborn and ignorant, he's going to get a heavy workload. Come Tuesday morning, I'll Play It Alone will be back in action at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Inland Beach raced good. She was way out on the outside around the last turn the other night. I saw the line. I'm like, geez, didn't look like she was that good. When I actually saw her race, the line does not match up with the race. She raced very, very good. Impressed me quite a bit. Jailhouse Master hasn't been that impressive. I'm going to give him one more start in Indiana, and then he might come back to Ohio or Ontario also. I could be wrong. Maybe he's just a mediocre horse, but I didn't think he was when I sent him there. So we'll see what kind of horse Jailhouse Master is in the very, very near future. I'm going to give Brandon a start, maybe 2, to get this guy under control, and then he's coming home. Johan is off for the summer. I don't know what we do with him. I think he gets his lag scanned this coming week. Whenever Melissa McKee gets back, we'll scan that lag. Or did Chris diagnose him? Melissa? No. So he'll go back to Melissa and get diagnosed this week. See what the prognosis... Yeah, I remember now. See what the prognosis is with Johan. At this point, we really just want to make sure he's 100% when we start him back. This is why it's so important I'm keeping such a close eye on Cruising with Angus. Similar injury. Cruising with Angus is much worse. Very similar injury. So I want to see how he comes back. What else? Just For Me and You. She's going to race next week. She's been racing probably deceivingly one of the best fillies we've had this summer in a lot of ways. She's been racing really, really well, just catching some absolute bearcats. And hopefully we can find it. It'd be a shame if she caught an easy division into the rail or something. That'd be terrible. Just For Me and You will race this week. Knockdown Dragout, still trying to find her way to a smooth rhythm and some winning ways. No doubt in my mind she'll get there. It's just going to take a little bit of work. It's a shame that our 2-year-old filly with 3 lifetime starts isn't doing it perfect yet. That happens sometimes, and I was impressed with the way she behaved her last 2 starts. Libero Hanover is going to race this coming Thursday in Philadelphia. He was a little bit flat last time. Let's see if we can get this guy back under control. McPherson Thunder, another 2-year-old, took its lifetime mark last night at Kawartha Downs. McPherson Thunder was 2 minutes last quarter, 28-4, and Drew Neal said he was very, very good. Marzank Hanover won her qualifier 58 last quarter, 27 apiece. James was ultra impressed with her. Miss Brampton Beast has been flat. She's been flat her last 3. You can make a case for that quarter in 27, a mile and 54, okay. Following speed. She had a chance to win her next start, kind of hung out in the middle, finished 4th, and then the other day in the mud, she just didn't get away very good and didn't race very good. She's going to race as hard as she can on Tuesday because I'm driving her at Georgian Downs. Miss Mischief Maker's going to get some time off, and then we're going to bring her back in another couple of weeks, see how she feels, and see how she trots. She's got some stakes left if she's good enough. I know the speed was there, just felt like she needed time. Maybe we're just not giving her enough, so we'll see how she comes out of the field in a couple of weeks. Muscle Chrome, no luck for this filly whatsoever. Flat tire, and then had a temperature this morning, so clearly sick. Need to get her under control. Poor little girl. My God, she's tough. Muscle Chrome. I want to put a mark on her as a 2-year-old if it's the last thing I do. Nancy Allison, she won her qualifier the other day in 2, 2, and 4. Didn't get in. The class didn't fill on Tuesday. Nothing written on Thursday. It's a little frustrating this week to get her raced. We're going to try and get her in. I'll see if James can go to Georgia and drive her on Sunday. Need your opinion. Working on some issues. One, allergies. Her knees were a little sore and her feet were very sore. We put some flip-flops on her to jog and train for the next 2-3 weeks. We'll see how she trains. We'll see what Kevin wants to do with her. I'm going to take a little bit of a drop down to the grassroots to see if that helps braven her up. She definitely needs some help. Race great her first start, and then got a little bit of a tough trip. A little bit of a tough race. Second trip, they went like 51, something like that, 52. And then the other day was flat at Grand River Raceway. So we'll see what takes place with her in the coming weeks. Olympic hopeful made a break. I give Angie and Rob all the leeway they want. They did such a great job with Ivanka, Not an Angel, throughout the year last year. I wanted to make sure that they got an opportunity to get Olympic hopeful squared away and racing better. She hasn't been great her last two. Overdue Mission, her and Canadian Titan, probably the two biggest movers in the stable over the last few weeks. Both were very, very good. Very impressed with what I saw from Overdue Mission. That mile at that little training track the other day was unbelievable, and she was very, very good. Path of Totality will race Wednesday at Georgia. Wednesday at the Meadows. Path of Totality will race. She comes back on the 19th in the Stallion Series. Expecting big things from her this fall. Really impressed with what I've seen from her so far. Path of Totality. Really, Blue Chip was going to race a week from Monday. I said I'd go drive her, and then I realized that is the day that I'm racing Brave World in Prince Edward Island. So we'll see what we can get done with Really Blue Chip. Maybe we can get a fill-in. Maybe James will go, but Monday is a tough thing to ask. So we'll see what we can get done with Really Blue Chip. Rooney Blue Chip's on his way home. We'll see if we can train him a few times and get him back on the straight and narrow, hopefully. Rose Run Valiant, he's racing Tuesday at Urbana in the Buckeye Series. Jason's really excited about that. He thinks the horse come a long way, and so do I. Rose Run Versatile, she's going to race Tuesday at the Meadows. Aaron Merriman's going to drive her. Can't be anything but happy with what I've seen from her so far. A real contender, I think, in that Stallion Series division. We'll see how she does on Tuesday in an overnight. Sebastian Ray made a very uncharacteristic break last Thursday at Mohawk. I'm going to try and drive him this week, see if we can't get him squared away. Sebastian Yu, it'll be tough to get him squared away. I'm hoping we can, with the changes we made in the shoeing and the equipment, that we can get him under control for this Thursday coming in Philadelphia. Sometimes things happen to the outside in Urbana. Jason said that's tough. There's a trailer there also. It's going to be tough sledding for him. We'll see how he races. Spirit of Dio raced great the other day. Last half 56-2. Last quarter 28, a mile and 58. Pretty hard not to like those numbers when we're talking about a 2-year-old trotting filly. Sunshine and Shade trained well on Saturday, I'm told. I think he will come back maybe Thursday or Friday. Another mile and 2.2 in the bike, and then we'll be close to schooling him. Susie K was a race winner, another 2-year-old, lifetime mark, 2.6 and a bit at the Athens Fair, but she was a 24-length winner, so no slouch there. She raced really, really well. She was in pretty cheap, but she was really good. Tiamo Hanover, I believe, is Indigo this week, and then we will make decisions over the next 3 weeks where we're going to put him. He is Indigo at the sale. I would like to get some real good lines on him.
Police reported ahead.
Really see if we can get him under control. That would be super helpful. Spend that money. A bit of a flat mile the other night, but as I outlined in Jason's barn and at the top of the show, so to speak, I think we know what took place there and we know how to correct that. I think you'll see the old Spend That Money show up next week at Northfield. Spirited. How did I jump around? I missed Spend That Money. My apologies. Spend That Money. Now I'm on Trafalgar. I did that last week. I missed her. Trafalgar is
Police
swimming.
reported ahead.
Is swimming for 3 weeks, and then she will be hopefully back in training. See what we can salvage with her for the rest of the year. But our vet was. She was optimistic that this Phillies X-ray would be perfect after 3 weeks of swimming. Time Al Kazam, we're going to have him down to the sale. Try to qualify him before then. We'll see what happens with him. Yours If You Want It, another horse in the sale. He's got a lot of work to do over the next 3 weeks, but I believe he can do it. But we'll see. See if he can. Utopian, another horse in the sale. Last 3 are in the sale. Utopian's also in the sale. I'd like to see him go a good mile this week. I'd like to see him I'd like to put a mark on him before he hits the sale. We'll see if that's possible. Watch Av. James was extremely impressed with the way that this. She's sitting there snoring. She's got her head down. She's quite the shipper. Watch Av qualified fantastic last quarter 28. James was actually really impressed with him. Wiggle Delight flying on the end of it. Fourth beat a nose for third, just the way James likes it. Fourth beat a nose for third of the wire.
Watch out, construction on road ahead.
It's Sunday, there's no construction. So no, she was flying late, race good, coming off the wires. That was a very good mile for her. So Wiggle Delight is back on track. Willpower Fashion is going to be Indigo Thursday at Philadelphia. Trained great this weekend. Timmy's working on a few things with him. I'll be in Philadelphia to drive my boy Will. And last and not least was Zeb Sunshine. Somebody said his qualifier was flat the other day. I haven't talked to Mario about his qualifier, but I know I went with him the week before. I thought he was absolutely awesome. We will see. I believe Zeb is heading to Sarnia next Saturday night. So that's it. That's all the barns. That's everything. That's a whole kit and caboodle for this, the first week in August. Pretty good weekend overall. Globetrotting looked awesome. Cruising in Style looked awesome. Compass Rose DC looked pretty good. We had the win from McPherson Thunder. A second with Inland Beach. What else do we have going on? I don't want to miss anybody, and I'm gonna. We had 2 wins at the fair. Overdue Mission looked awesome. So did Susik. Susie K was very good also at the Athens Fair. So a great trip for the McDonald's. 2 little ones. The 3 little ones are all tuckered out and snoring back there. Mommy and Daddy are on our way home. We're going to get to the house, unpack everything, and then I have to rush to Georgian Downs. So that's life. That's trip number 2 to Ohio. We got another one to PEI coming up, another one to Ohio after that. Lots of work left to do for the rest of the summer. Talk to you guys soon. Hope everybody's having a great weekend.